Let's bring you this now. Police Minister Bheki Cele has told the police to be decisive when protecting and defending citizens. He's been addressing members of the South African Police Services in Kempton Park. This as part of the Safer Festive Season inspection tour. Now, Minister Cele did not rule out the use of deadly force. Let's cross now to our reporter, ENCS Masego Ratlaga, who is following this story for us. Colleague, good to have you back. Now, let's just give us some context, please, in terms of what the Minister had reiterated, had said, particularly in as far as the SAPS members' responsibility is during this festive season.
Well, Dumelo, it was basically this morning when police officers from around different parts of Gauteng were gathered at a stadium here in Kempton Park. The police minister then addressed them. He addressed them particularly about the festive season being a time when crime it goes a bit higher during the festive season, particularly in the 4 provinces that also coincidentally, Dumelo, lead in terms of COVID-19 statistics and the second wave. That is the Western Cape, KZN, the Eastern Cape, as well as Gauteng. He told them to make sure that people adhere to the regulations, but also, Dumelo, he spoke to them specifically about crime and violence that happens in Gauteng. He did use the term using excessive force. You might remember when he was still the National Commissioner, Bheki Cele, back in 2009, he made the same comments. Back then, actually, he got into trouble because he said the police must shoot to kill. He back then was saying that it's because the criminals, when they are busy with their crimes, they use the best firearms and ammunition, and they shoot and kill anybody who stands in their way. So he said police must use Section 49 of the Criminal Procedure Act that basically allows for justifiable homicide, Dumelo, for both police and citizens, for you to be able to shoot somebody who is putting your life in danger. So the minister today basically saying that the police must use Section 49 as something that gives them power to protect citizens and use whatever force that they need to use. But here is the minister speaking to the police officers earlier this morning.
Don't allow people of South Africa to be humiliated, to be threatened, to be killed, to be messed up by criminals. But at the same vein, yourself, you cannot be messed up by the criminals. The law says to you, Section 49, Criminal Procedure Act, when a member of the community or a citizen of South Africa is under threat, you protect and you defend those people. But it continues, the very same law, saying, if you as an officer, your life is under threat, you use a deadly force to protect the innocent people, including yourselves.
Well, Dumelo, that is the Minister of Police, Bheki Cele, speaking to police officers this morning, basically telling them that they can use, in his words, deadly force when they are protecting the people of Gauteng and, in turn, the people of South Africa during the festive season and any other time.
So, any particular type of crime that the minister mentioned as a special focus this festive season, perhaps?
It's all crimes, Dumelo, that the minister was speaking to the police officers about. He did make mention, like he did in Cape Town last week or the week before. When he was there, he was telling police that they should not turn women back when they are at police stations to report a crime of gender-based violence, whether it be rape or assault. He was saying that they must not turn back these victims and they must not tell them to go negotiate back home. So this is something that he is reiterating, Dumelo. You might remember that he said that quite a couple of times because victims of gender-based violence have cited police officers as part of the problem. Some of them say that they would go to the police station to report a crime against their husband, for instance, or an uncle, and the police officers would apparently tell them to go back home and sort it out as a family. So the minister reiterating again today that this should not happen. The minister also was saying that police officers should make sure that during the festive season people are safe. He made mention, for instance, Tumelo, of that 10 o'clock time, that establishments where people would ordinarily meet for drinks, that they should be closing at 10 o'clock because 11 o'clock is now our curfew since Tuesday morning after the president spoke on Monday evening. So he was saying that police officers must make sure that the owners of these establishments are shutting down those spots at 10 o'clock. Otherwise, of course, there would be fines and even arrests if there must be.
Yeah, indeed, Mr. It sounds like the minister, they're talking about how the rule of law needs to be enforced throughout the country. But thank you so much, colleague, for this update.